They're walking tall right now. This club playing with a ton of confidence.
Last game for the Kings, they picked up the W against the Clippers in Los Angeles.
And I think everybody who was at that game would agree it was their defense that really wanted to.
Yeah, they were all over the place, flying all over the court on D. The kind of hustle that pays off big time for them.
Yeah, he got waxed. Shouldn't be much debate on that one.
Yeah, that was as straightforward as it gets, guys.
The Kings shooting their first free throws here for the night.
It had been half a decade since the Lakers hadn't won the Pacific Division, and their back-to-back titles included in that stretch. But it was quite the fall from grace they took as the Kings of the Pacific would end up 8-8 and third in the division a season ago.
Touching back on the Lakers in the Pacific Division, you look at the problems they had with how they played, Steve, and the way the rest of the division stacked up. You could see the problems lining up for them.
Well, the division got better, Kevin. I mean, that's the big thing. Both the Clippers and the Warriors turned out to be excellent teams. And, you know, Phoenix and Sacramento, not so much. But in the end, I mean, the Lakers really had to deal with a couple of teams that were just flat out better than them.
Now, here's Salmons, averaging 6 points per contest. Thomas goes in. Nash with the ball. Here's Cousins. And the layup's good off the glass. And just over a minute played here in the start of the game. Nash outside. Shoots. That's good. And it's Kobe with the assist. Sacramento with the ball. This, their first look at this year's Los Angeles squad.
And the season series between these teams, 4 games in all, starting today, it's going to go a long way towards determining how this division shakes out by the end of the year.
Certainly not the dream start they were hoping for, going 1 for 4 early.
You know, he's got a quick trigger from that range when he senses that the defense has backed off.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Hey, Kevin. Well, Mike D'Antoni had a few minutes for me. He told me he's wary about how they'll contend with DeMarcus Cousins inside. He said he's a beast in there, no doubt about it. Size, length, strength, and a ton of skill. The talent is really off the charts with him. And guys, he knows it won't be easy to muscle Cousins away from the rim, but he said that's what they've got to find a way to do. It won't be easy.
Always great to hear from you, Doris. And guys, even though there's not a lot of history between these two teams, there still is at least a little bit of a rivalry between these divisional foes.
And, you know, when you see an opponent as much as they do each season, there's always that possibility that the rivalry becomes bigger in any given year.
But you mentioned that fun.
Yeah, a lot more fun for the players and us.
This is great. 3-pointers going down quickly at both ends.
Yeah, it took them no time to answer back on that possession.
On its way from Thornton for 2. Rebounded by the Lakers. They come in fresh off a win against the Warriors.
You know, so often in the NBA we talk about how you have to earn your points the hard way, but it didn't seem like that was the case. Everything came pretty easily.
Too many of their points came the easy way, Steve. You're right. On dunks and layups against a defense that didn't really put up much resistance.
You know, offensively, he's just one of those guys that needs a touch of space to get his shot up. That's all. And if he runs his man off a screen or somehow finds an opening, that's it. He's going to let that thing go.
And also, he's absolutely able to do some incredible things in the air. I mean, he can look like a gymnast sometimes, twisting his body, double clutching his shot. But he maintains a smooth approach to it all.
Kobe with the steal. And Nash with a clear path to the hoop. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a 3-point play.
He has not missed yet. 4 for 4 in this first quarter.
Setting himself up to be their go-to guy today.
Robert Sacre, he's checked in for Los Angeles.
Well, when it came to getting wins away from Sacramento last year, the Kings were anything but kings of the road. Only came away with 8 wins as a visiting team last year. And that puts them near the bottom of the league in win total.
There's the lob to the hoop. Kobe.
And the lead just drove on that ridiculous offensive sequence.
Well, that dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Yeah, that just added more to it.
Yeah, what a beautiful connection on that play.
There's 48 seconds left in the first. Here's Hill. The fast break ends at the rim with the jam.
Oh, he's just dangling from the rim after sending it through there.
You can see which team now has the swagger cart right now.
Yeah, exactly. It's with them.
Yeah, but you don't want to do too much to get an opponent riled up, though, either.
The Kings trail by 9. And back to the Kings on the road for a second. That total of 8 road wins had them tied for the fewest in the entire Western Conference, Steve, along with the Suns.
It's not a surprise when a team is just bad, when they don't have an identity. Well, there's no way to be competitive on the road. They didn't defend, and they were selfish with the ball. Other than that, they were fantastic.
Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. That's tipped. Kobe attacking, and a strong finish with 2 hands.
Their offense has really come together immediately, threatening to run away with this game.
It's hard to imagine they'll be able to stay as hot as they've been so far, but if they can, watch out.
Here's McCallum. And it's the Lakers on the break. Hill leading the charge. Here's Sacre. And there's another one for the Lakers.
This has been a one-sided game in just about every area. The lead continues to grow.
Absolutely. Their offense and their D has been equal parts outstanding.
And as the first quarter wraps up, already a double-digit lead. Lakers on top, up by 15. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when we return.
Tune in this Wednesday night, November 27th. Tim Duncan and the San Antonio Spurs take on Kevin Durant and the Oklahoma City Thunder. Big-time hoops coming your way.
Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Lakers.
Tell you what, guys, they're showing us a lot of energy early on and racking up those fast break points.
Well, the other thing I like is defensively, they're causing turnovers, and that's allowing them to get into transition.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles.
Well, since the new CBA, the league has made the luxury tax much more punitive, but certainly the Lakers blessed with the financial wherewithal to be a tax-paying team. The problem is it can hurt your flexibility under the new rules just to make deals, and that's going to be the challenge for LA.
Right now, let's have a moment to check out the NBA's best three-point shooters. Number 1, Steve Nash. Second, Kobe Bryant.
And both these guys force defenders to come way out past the three-point line, and that really opens up the floor for their teammates.
The Kings trail by 15. In the backcourt, Steve Blake and Kobe Bryant. Nick Young is out there with Hill, and it's Sacre in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. Here's Blake, and he can kind of go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
These defenders look overmatched right now, especially inside.
Yeah, you look at the numbers, 10 of the last 12 points have come from close range, so I agree.
You take a look at the offense for the Kings last season, there are some things to build on here, guys. 4th in the NBA in fast break points, top 4 in points in the paint. Those are good numbers to build your offensive foundation around.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Doris Burke. Hey, Doris.
Gentlemen, Ben McLeod grew up in poverty in the tough town of Wellston, Missouri, near St. Louis. A tiny house with up to 15 people under one roof. At times, no food, no heat. A single mother working nights to provide. And before his senior year, his high school shuttered for good. Basketball was his one escape. He said, quote, if you say you're from Wellston, they give you that look. It's just the reputation. It's a hard place to live and grow. But he says even now that he's made it out, I'm never going to forget Wellston. I was born and raised there. It's my heart and my pride. I'm going to give back. I want to build it back to how it was. Guys, what an extraordinary story.
An amazing story. And Doris, good thing it had a happy end. Thank you.
Boy, I love it. Active hands on the steal, active feet on the fast break.
And Clark, power on the dunk.
And guys, this is just too close of a game to be giving the ball up like that and then failing to get back in transition.
But for the Kings, I think Coach Mike Malone will try to get them to play a little more unselfishly, Steve, especially at the offensive end.
Yeah, they had a team last year that just seemed to be jacking up shots anytime they could get one up individually. They were among the lowest in the league in assists as a team. A lot of isolation basketball. It was not pretty to watch.
So the Kings call timeout. They're first.
Lakers still pursuing another title, but it would be a real shock if that were to come this year. A lot of age and injury on this team. They lose Dwight Howard. This is a club that just doesn't have enough athleticism and speed to contend for a title.
Let's take a look here at the Kings and how they're stacking up as this season ramps up right now. First in rebounds, 4th in scoring, and they also show up in the top 5 in assists. They've got scores, and they're a pretty good passing team as well.
And probably what impresses me the most, Clark, out of all those stats you're talking about is the rebounds per game, because this is a team that has become very physical. They'll put a body on you, and they'll really dominate the paint if you don't stand up to the task and really attack them back.
Just about a minute and a half has gone by here in the second. Knocks it loose. And here's Thornton outside. That's good. It's Thomas picking up the assist. Thornton's got 7 points in the game. Well, back to the Lakers. Clark, you think they're too old? Is this a team that needs to rebuild?
Not yet, Kevin. The saying is young doesn't win in the NBA. I think for them, health and chemistry are the most important factors. Also, I think this is a franchise that has shown it can make a home run deal like acquiring Pau Gasol in 2007. Got 2 titles out of that move. I think they'll look to add some youth through their bench and restructure the personnel a bit, and they'll position themselves for another run perhaps.
Straight to the bucket with a nice head of steam.
Well, no reason to slow it down when there's nothing in the way.
.151 left in the first half of the game. Outside Thomas. Takes a 3. Another 3 for Sacramento.
Boy, they're knocking down the long-range shots. A lot of those same shots they missed earlier in the first quarter. They still find themselves down here, but they're starting to make some headway into that deficit. I'll tell you what, guys, his size really comes into play when there's a rebound battle going on. He's got an advantage in there.
Here's Selmans. Mike Malone, the new head coach of the Sacramento Kings, son of a former NBA coach. Mike has been credited with helping teams improve their defenses, whether it was in New Orleans with Chris Paul, last season at Golden State. But Malone, very well regarded in NBA coaching circles.
And the Lakers with some changes. Chris Kamen's checked in for Hill. Kobe comes in for Nick Young. And Steph Curry is subbed in for Steve Blake. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Thomas against Curry. Smooth as silk on the finger roll. And the Lakers lead by 15. And the Sacramento team, Clark, not without offensive talent, but their defense has been their shortcoming.
And that's the area they've got to ramp up and improve. And Coach Malone is going to have an opportunity to put his stamp on this team by improving them at the defensive end of the floor.
Now let's go to Doris Burke. Doris?
Hi, gentlemen. For the Sacramento Kings, a lot of rookies, and not just among the players. A new first-time majority owner, a new rookie GM, and Mike Malone, a first-time head coach. New blood taking over. But for all three, extensive experience in assisting roles, whether assistant coach, assistant GM, or minority ownership. So guys, despite being new to the lead role, none of them lack for experience.
Thanks, Doris. We'll see how they do. No coverage that time. 8 points for Kobe Bryant.
Well, he's so hard to stop, guys, because he poses a ton of matchup problems for the defense.
They get a hand on it. Here's Meeks. And that one is countered home.
Well, this is how you completely rattle an opponent's rip.
Yeah, you know, such terrific on-the-ball defense to trigger the transition opportunity.
And it wasn't just the tough D, it was the exclamation point they put on the fast break with the slam.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. And the basket by Thornton.
It was a slow start for him, but he started to take off since we hit the second quarter, guys.
For three, Kobe. No good. Some solid defense from Outlaw. And here is Thornton. He picked up 12 points in their last one against the Clippers in Los Angeles.
I thought his rebounding was impressive as well, because he made some big boards, really helped out on the glass, helped his team out big time.
Too little, too late from the deep. Give him credit for trying anyway.
Great job he did getting through him and up to the rim.
Yeah, now that was aggressive, and that's exactly what I like to see.
That will count. No good. A dominating first half of basketball, and so far hasn't been close. Lakers lead by 18, and will return shortly.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
Welcome to 2K Sports. It's been a great Sunday of basketball so far. Los Angeles in front against Sacramento. They've yet to lose so far this season and are looking fantastic in this one too. It's been a Steve Nash clinic in this one against the Kings. The bucket looks about 5 feet wide for him. He hasn't missed one shot. Can you believe it? For the Kings, a different story so far. The story of turnovers hasn't been a good one for him so far. It's really hurt to this point. Too casual with their possessions. And now, let's check out the other games still going on. The Utah Jazz trailing the Thunder out at Oklahoma City. Big advantage out there in the third. And another game going on out at Amway Center. The Magic are out in front against the Suns. About midway through the third out there. Now we'll look at the games that have gone final. Chicago with a win against the Clippers in Los Angeles. So now that's 2 in a row for them. Derrick Rose.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, you know, anything can happen.
We've seen Nash getting it done. 13 points, and from long range, he's hit 1 3-pointer.
Yeah, and you'd expect by the end of this game, I'm sure the numbers are going to look even better.
On the floor for Sacramento, Landry and Cousins patrol the paint. Thomas and Thornton pairing up in the back, and it's Selmans in at the small forward position. And it's blocked by Kamen, and they'll keep possession. Selmans gets the bucket.
Boy, he crashed the boards with purpose right there. Well-deserved second chance points for him.
Near the three-point line, it's Nash. Again, Los Angeles.
Well, the Kings gave up the most points in the league last season, guys, but new coach Mike Malone has a great reputation as a defensive mind. He's shown that as an assistant with the Hornets and the Warriors. And in both cases, he helped those teams get better defensively. They're expecting him to do the same thing with the Kings.
And it's the Lakers on the break. Again, Los Angeles.
Well, Kevin, probably his greatest value lies in his tremendous three-point shooting. When he's out on the perimeter, it gives them the ability to really stretch the defense out.
And one thing about him that might not show up in the box score, but is as important as anything else, is his leadership. I mean, he sets the tone for this team, and all of his teammates follow his example.
And you look at the defensive numbers for the Kings last season, one of the worst rebounding teams in the league, among the lowest in blocks, in fact, Steve, in the NBA.
Yeah, there wasn't much going defensively in terms of a scheme and a competitive edge to this team. And that's what Mike Malone is trying to bring to them. He wants to hold them accountable, to really bring a toughness and an edge defensively, and that's the goal this year.
Thomas passes to Sellers. Back to Thomas. Beyond the arc. The rebound by Young. Young's got 3 rebounds now in this one.
1 for 4 from the field since halftime. They're having a tough time getting it going here.
Everything's falling now, and this lead continues to increase.
Yeah, it's just way too hard to keep up with a scoring pace like this. I mean, and that's why the defense is having a tough time.
Just over a minute and a half have passed here in the third quarter.
Kaman gave up his old caveman look, guys, but he's still an intimidating presence in the post. Good size and strength, and doesn't really get pushed around. Also excellent timing when it comes to shot blocking. He got there late, but you do have to like the aggressiveness to go after the block. But that one's going to count.
You hear the crowd kind of murmuring. I don't think they agreed with the officials on that one.
Steve, I tell you what, they're really letting them have it.
Here's what Sacramento's going with right now. Chuck Hayes is checked in for Cousins. And Mbaye comes in for Johnson.
This is outrageous. Every shot they're taking right now seems to be finding a mark.
Literally every shot. They are absolutely rolling.
And here is Thomas, averaging 13 points a contest. And Chris Kaman skilled offensively. Ambidextrous, finishing inside, and a good mid-range shooter.
Yeah, I think he's really good offensively. He's got a lot of skill. He's tough to handle. I mean, the question mark with him is defensively. You know, his weak side rotations can be late. He's never really been, you know, a center that you kind of solidify your defense around.
John Selman, he's checked in for Carl Landry. We've got 1:48 left in the third. Young with the steal. Outside, Kobe. Nick Young on the wing. That's in, coming off an assist by Kobe. Young's got 5 points now in the quarter.
They've had the hotter hand in the first half so far, no question.
Yeah, it's because of all the high percentage shots they've been working for and getting.
For Sacramento, they've gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter.
There's no question the big news for the Sacramento Kings is they're still the Sacramento Kings. After a nail-biting last couple of years, they saw the team flirt with moving to Virginia, Anaheim, Las Vegas, Seattle. Finally, a new ownership group committed to keeping the team in Sac.
The Kings have been on target from the free throw line. They're 5 of 5 in that department. And for all the Kings fans, what a great victory. Former 3-time NBA All-Star and Sacramento native son, Mayor Kevin Johnson, instrumental in securing financing for the new arena, and Steve campaigning with the league's owners to keep the team in Northern California.
I think it surprised everyone, Kevin. Seattle made such a strong bid. I think most people felt the team would end up in Seattle, but Johnson did his job. Sacramento stepped up to the plate. And I think it's great that the Kings get to keep their team, and hopefully Seattle will end up with one in the next couple of years.
Nash kicks to Johnson. Shoots the 3. And Mbaye pulls it in. 55 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Here's Thomas. From 16 feet away, he cans it. Thomas got 5 now. Los Angeles leading by 23. And here's Nash outside. Gets the bucket.
An important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the league.
The Kings have gone 3 of 6 in the third quarter. 50% from the field. Shot, high post. On its way from Thornton for 2. Kept alive by Sacramento. And Cousins kicks to Thornton. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. Carl Landry's checked in for the Kings. Outlaw comes in for Marcus Thornton. Outlaw dishes to Cousins.
Yeah, he had not established position.
You know, I prefer the ref to whistle the block when in doubt. I thought that was a good call there.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now. And he's good on the second. Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Kobe attacking. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. Will go to the line. That one is on Outlaw. Lakers shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game.
Well, the season numbers for this club are really low. I mean, this is something that the team has been focusing on. They've got to improve.
Yeah, it's been a very frustrating season for them in that regard, guys.
No good on the second free throw. Now, here's Thomas. He has 5. And the foul called on Pau Gasol. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. Kings have shot the ball well from the free throw line, 8 of 9. Free throw good, Thomas. The Kings making a switch here. And both free throws good for Thomas. Here's Farmar. Buries the jump shot. Farmar's got his first bucket in this one. And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. Los Angeles on top, running away.
NBA season is in full swing.
And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth. And look at how the hustle game has been going for the Lakers.
And they continue to run and gun throughout the game, guys.
Something that's also benefited them tonight are the turnovers they've forced and the points that have come along with those forced turnovers.
We've got Johnson. Farmar is out there with Steph Curry. Then there's Robert Sacre, and it's Gasol with the 4. That's the Laker 5.
Well, he recognized the advantage size-wise, and he went right at the defender. That's how you do it.
The free throw off from Sacre.
In many ways, the Lakers had what would be called the nightmare season in 12-13. Despite that, they protected Staples. Playing in front of the Hollywood Stars has always been an energy boost for the Lakers, and they made the most of it even though they struggled away from home.
And for Sacramento, they're shooting just 31% in the game. For 3, Outlaw. It's rebounded by Curry. Curry's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Fires from 14, and he buries that one, tripping the rim on the way down. Clark, as you said, with the Lakers very good at home last season in what would be one of their very few bright spots on the year. They go 29-12 in Staples Center, which Steve put them in the top 3rd of the league for home wins.
Well, Kevin, when you come into Staples as a visitor for a Lakers game, there really is a kind of a different feel. I mean, if you're the opponent, you look up at all those banners, you look over at all the celebrities on the side, you know, that theater lighting. It's a pretty cool spot, and teams sometimes, I think, can kind of get carried away.
And Steph Curry with the foul. That's his first foul. Jordan Hill, he's checked in for Pau Gasol. Fourth quarter still young, just over a minute play. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jordan Hill. That's his first foul.
Second team foul.
There's the pass to McCallum. He dishes it to McLemore. Offensive rebound. Outlaw kicks to McCallum. And there's the feed to McLemore. Fires the 3. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Johnson with it. Now defended by Outlaw. Pass to Hill. Lots of room. The shot is off.
He's one guy the defense is not afraid to leave open from that range, and for obvious reasons.
Pass to McCallum. And a missed layup. The Lakers have gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Here's Sacre. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over.
Their prowess inside has been tremendous, guys. I mean, it's been no contest down on the low block.
And until they prove they can stop them, they ought to continue to pound it in low.
And the foul on Jordan Farmer. That is his first foul of the game. And the Lakers making a change here. Blake's checked in. McLemore, the pass to Thompson. And that basket is going to count. Goaltending, the official call.
They're trying to work it inside here, and they've had a little bit of success as they try to cut into that deficit. And getting it inside is one way to try to chip away at it.
Blake for three, and that one's good.
They've been splashing home those threes since halftime.
Definitely a big improvement in their shooting from what we saw before the break.
We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. And McLemore kicks to Outlaw. Hayes. A feather touch on the finger roll. Beautiful.
Good look. He'll make that one most of the time.
The Lakers have gone 5 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Strong work at that end of the floor. Here's Curry. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
Well, sometimes, guys, you can forget he's out there, and all of a sudden, bang, he'll string together 3 or 4 shots in a row and just take over the game.
And, Steve, he's a player that's extremely hard to cool off. I mean, he picks up right where he left off after every break in the action, it seems. Timeout, halftime, it doesn't matter. When he's hot, he stays hot.
Passes to McCallum. We've got 1:08 left to play here in the fourth. Out of bounds, Kings ball as Sacramento keeps possession. Jody Meeks, he's checked in for Los Angeles. 1:05 left in the fourth quarter. Just 5 to shoot. Here's McLemore, and a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Ben McLemore, 6'5" freshman shooting guard out of Kansas. He actually redshirted his first year in college, but as a redshirt freshman in year 2, he really bursted onto the national scene. Very skilled shooter and scorer.
And for McLemore, no question about the talent levels. It's terrific. Great athlete, deep range on his shot. It's really his personality that some of the scouts could question.
Yeah, and I don't understand that. Sure, they would like to see him be a little more assertive offensively, but this is a young kid that I think will do what it takes to be outstanding in the NBA.
Outlaw with it. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Here's Thompson, and terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2. There's 38 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Los Angeles has gone 5 of 10 from downtown tonight. 50% exactly. Here's Meeks. Again, Los Angeles.
Well, if it wasn't already out of reach, it is now thanks to this spurt.
Just keep on firing, man. No reason to slow down now.
Sacramento's gone ice cold from three-point land, 0 of 4 since the start of the final quarter. Here's McCallum, guarded by Blake. And McCallum kicks to Hayes. Poke loose. Here's Meeks, defended by McLemore. And yes, sir, that one drops.
You got to feel pretty good about this win tonight, guys, defending their home floor.
Yeah, and just riding it out here now. I mean, they gave the fans what they wanted.
Here's McLemore. Puts it up. It's off. And so it's the Lakers taking care of business here. You know, Clark, every team has a bad night, and these guys might want to watch the tape of this game the next time they have.
Please, can't let her grow up in that ghetto university. Lights, flashlights, spotlights, strobe lights, street lights. All of the lights, all of the lights. Fast lights, flashlights, spotlights, rock lights.